So the Jackson Dart draft stock is heating up. He put on a show at the scouting combine, mainly impressed a lot of people with his deep throw accuracy and just his accuracy in general. And I do probably think he's the third best quarterback in this draft class. Maybe, just maybe, he's the second best overall QB in this draft class. Definitely up for debate for sure. Let me know if you think he's better than Shedeur Sanders. I'd have to think about it, but it's definitely close for sure. But according to Jeff Howe, two teams strongly believe that QB Jaxson Dart will be selected within the top half of the opening round. So definitely a thing to keep an eye on. And if you're the Raiders potentially, I could see them being very interested in him, especially if a team reaches for Shedeur Sanders in the top 5, like the New York Giants. So I would definitely keep an eye on Jaxson Dart to the Las Vegas Raiders. I think that'd be a good fit. Also, if he impressed Aaron Glenn with his interviews and whatnot, I could also see the New York Jets maybe taking him at number 7. You never know. Or they could potentially trade back into the first round. Late part of the first round always could be an option. Yeah, man, just taking a look at the draft order, definitely a lot of possibilities for him to go. I could see the Saints being interested in him, and I think they definitely should be. When Derek Carr is your QB1, I think you should definitely be in the quarterback market, and you would have to assume that they will be. So Jaxson Dart to New Orleans, I could see that being a possibility. Also, the Miami Dolphins. I know Tua got paid, whatever, blah, 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 but you can't rely on him for the future. And if you could pivot to someone else as quickly as possible, I would do that. So Jaxson Dart with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, a great group of RBs with Mike McDaniel in Miami. I think that'd be a great spot for him as well, man. Also, you have the Colts, who are very interested in bringing another quarterback in to compete with AR-15. So Shane Steichen, Jaxson Dart, AFC South. I like that move as well. I definitely like that move as well. And last but not least, you have the Seattle Seahawks at number 18. Apparently, they're negotiating a contract extension for Geno Smith right now, which is just crazy to me. Why would you give that guy another contract with the season he had? I believe he finished with 14 touchdowns and 14 picks, something along those lines. He had an awful season. He only gave the Seahawks one good season so far in 2022. Every other year he's been pretty bad as their QB1. So the fact that they're giving him a contract extension is insane to me. So I definitely think they need to bring in another quarterback immediately. But yeah, Seattle, Jaxson Dart, you have DK Metcalf, JSN, Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker. I like that move for sure. That's pretty much it. I know the Steelers are there at 21, but I don't know if Jaxson Dart will fall that far. They could potentially trade up to select him. You never know. But honestly, if I'm a QB, I wouldn't really want to go to Pittsburgh. Your best target there is George Pickens. Obviously, a very elite talent for sure, but he's a hothead, and his character is very questionable to say the least. So I definitely wouldn't want to go there. And plus, AFC North, man, known for cold weather, good defenses. It's a very competitive division. I would much rather go to the AFC South or the NFC South. But that's just me. Let me know where you want to see Jaxson Dart go. And for all the people saying that Jaxson Dart might be getting a bit overhyped now, I think you just kind of have to accept that it's a really, really weak QB class. I mean, think about it. If Cam Ward and Shedeur were in the 2024 QB draft class, those guys probably would have went in the Bo Nix sort of range. I feel like JJ McCarthy definitely still would have went above those two. in general, it's just a weak draft class, and quarterback is the most important position in maybe all of sports. So when you have an opportunity to maybe draft a guy that could be something for you, sometimes you have to reach, and sometimes you just have to play to the market, and that's what we're seeing here. Because in other QB draft classes, yeah, sure, Jaxson Dart probably would be a second or a third round selection, but this is the weakest QB draft class that I could remember, so we're definitely gonna see some reaches. Like, even taking a look at Cam Ward, man, he's pretty good. Like, he had a pretty good collegiate career, but to select him in the top 3 of the first round of the NFL draft, I don't see it. He's probably going to go number 1 overall for this year. So it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. It doesn't make sense, but you just have to accept it. And honestly, if I'm an NFL GM right now and I'm kind of in that Jets, Raiders, or anywhere in the middle of the first round and I need a quarterback for the future of my franchise, I would definitely be more interested in Jaxson Dart than Shedeur Sanders. Again, I wasn't there at the scouting combine. I did not interview Jaxson Dart, but just based on the quotes I heard from Shedeur Sanders, like, dude, we've seen this story time and time again of just draft bust. It's so hard to play in the NFL, and it's just a different level to be the face of a franchise and to be a QB1 in this league. He just has bust written all over him, man, and he could easily prove me wrong, and I hope he does, because when he was on his game in college, a lot of fun to watch, but he just comes with a lot of baggage, man. His dad, his arrogance, and I don't mind arrogance, but like, you kind of have to contain it. And at the same time, when you're arrogant, you're putting a target on your back. Every team that you go against, every defender is going to want to pop him. And I know it's not early 2000s, mid 2010s where you could really kill QBs, but it's still football. It's still a full contact, very violent sport. So I don't know. Just if I was in control of $1 billion business, I would much rather have a guy that seems to be more put together and just isn't a showboaty sort of guy. I want a professional, and I want somebody to actually represent my organization in a professional way. And I don't want extra attention. And I feel like Shedeur Sanders is the complete opposite of that. Again, I'm not hating on the kid, I'm just speaking facts, man. He does bring a lot of extra attention. He is super arrogant. It is what it is. Sometimes you need these characters to make the league more exciting. So I do appreciate him, but at the same time, man, it's a business. So yeah, man, let me know what you think. Where do you think Jaxson Dart will go? And do you think Jaxson Dart will have a better career than Shedeur Sanders? Let me know in the comments below. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. How about your boy Ton? That's all I got for right now. Peace.
The Jets will take the snap from the 25.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run. Nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopping for a short gain.
2 minutes to go in the second half. We're back. Only 2 minutes remain in this one. The Jets will line up. First down markers right at the 15-yard line. Dropping back now into the shotgun. It's Curley with the reception. And the timeout is called, so we're going to take a quick break and return in just a moment.
Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the defense.
The Titans call a timeout. We'll step aside and be back in just a moment. Coming up to the line of scrimmage at the 11. They bring in the extra tight end. They want to keep feeding him the football. And Morris is tackled down after a gain of 5. The Jets have a third down coming up. They did a great job a week ago of converting on third down. Back to the ground. Griffin's there to make the tackle.
Good job by the offense getting the first down in the red zone. Now it becomes tricky. Can you deceive the defense where you get a chance to get a score?
They're able to move the chains after that last run. Goal line defense on the field. Hilliard's handed the football. Touchdown as we near the end of this one.
What a job by the offense. So little time left to drive down the field and score. That just ices the game. Nice job by the whole football team today, but especially on the offensive side.
Looking across the middle. So they give up the touchdown, but they do not allow the two-point play. The Jets offense is on the field for a victory bout. One kneel down, and then they can celebrate, Phil. What a feeling.
Yeah, it's got to be great for them, and what a difference. You look at them walking up.